Where's Kaabalah? Where's Kaabalah? Where's Kaabalah? Can you see it? Can you spot it? Where's Kaabalah? Symbols hiding in the world, wisdom shining through. Where's Kaabalah? Where's Kaabalah? Now it's up to you.
Can you see it? Can you spot it? Welcome to another Where's Kaabalah. Today we are going to see where's the Kaabalah in Saint Seiya. It could not be more obvious when we are talking about anime. Literally all of the famous ones will be using Kaabalah. And if I get to do enough videos on it, you'll see. But let's start from the beginning. Saint Seiya, also known as Knights of the Zodiac. So remember this. Every time you hear the word knight, you can understand it as someone who has been initiated into the mysteries. So again, an initiate. And what's the plot? Well, basically the plot is you have a bunch of orphan kids who got carried by an organization and they go to foreigner lands to train their 5 senses in order to compete to get an armor. That armor will give them spiritual powers, let's say, digital powers. And guess what? That armor is their Merkaba, which I already did a video on. So if you want to know more about it, you can watch that video. Very straightforward. Another idea they have there is the idea of senses. So they first train in order to get their 6th sense, then they have to train a little bit more to get their 7th, 8th, 9th, and so on. And all of those senses are also connected to some kind of speed that they have to reach. So they start at first getting to the speed of sound, and then like Mach 1, 2, 3, and so on. Eventually they reach speed of light, and then even on the speed of light they get keeping higher and so on. And then you can see this like connection between their senses, their spiritual sense, and their abilities, even to the point of some of them not using their physical sense anymore. Like you have Shiryu getting blind, or the other one, I forgot, the Buddhist one, which also closes his eyes. So basically he sacrifices his vision in order to get to higher senses. Basically he's like 8 something. Another idea is that each of those senses is a different dimension that they're accessing. And if I'm not mistaken, when you reach the 8th one, you can already go between the living world and the dead world, or the underworld, like as a breeze. You don't have any problems going through all of these dimensions. So that's really interesting. Another idea, which is obvious, is already in the name, the zodiac. So if you want to get to a god, like they have to do it in the first arc, they have to go to Athena. They basically have to go through 12 bodyguards, 12 paths, 12 apostles, right? Which again is talking about the zodiacs. Come on, couldn't be more obvious in this case because it's literally talking about it. But in other stories as well, which you have the mentor plus 12, you have, or the messiah plus 12, you have the same idea. It's always an astral story. So it's talking about the astral bodies. Another idea, pretty cool, in the first arc is the idea of shadow selves. So when they first get their armor, they have a shadow counterpart. It's like particle and anti-particle. You have the same with, in the Matrix, you have Neo and Agent Smith. Basically that counter side of you, which has all the same abilities that you can only win using your mind. Again, that's very interesting to see. Another idea is the concept of elements. So you have, for example, Shiryu being the water one. You have Yoga also being kind of a water crystal one. So again, water is emotions. So Shiryu, emotions. Yoga is going to be emotions crystallized. Then you have Shun, which is going to be air. So it's like their reasoning, their thought patterns, and so on. You have Seiya, which is going to be earth. So he's doing all the action. And you have Iki doing with fire, so the power of imagination. And you also have a lot of powers in the anime talking about mind control. So again, the importance of the mind. They're not necessarily physically strong. Their mind is strong, therefore they have powers. And to top it off, just in the anime, they don't have this on the manga, you have the borrowing of Asgard or of the Nordic topics, which very interestingly, what they have to do in that arc is to recover 7 sapphires. Come on, again, 7 sapphires. Couldn't be more obvious than this. Now, if you liked the series, let me know which Where's Kabbalah topic you want to see next. It could be a movie, it could be an anime, it could be a game, book, anything really, a celebrity, whatever. Just let me know what do you want to see that uses Kabbalah or how it uses Kabbalah, and I'll make a video on it. And maybe for some topics I'll make an extended version, but I'll try to make those as short as I can. Okay? Thank you and see you next.